Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Schneider. Welcome to the Song Club.
I knew it was a bad idea to meet you here, my dear.
Yeah, what's up? It's November 2024. You're at the Song Club. Song Club number 92. I've done a lot of them. I keep going back and forth between these microphones. I decided to use this microphone because it was set up. Now, do people come to the Song Club to find out what kind of mic I'm using? Probably. Because, you know, people come to shows for different reasons. Do they come to see what I'm wearing? I'm wearing UT Yo Hook 'em Horns shirt. Go Horns. I thought the Horns, it was going to be impossible for them to lose a game this year, but sports, man. Sports are weird. Like, just when you think you're going to win all the games, then that's when you start losing. Anyways, it was a good songwriting month. I want to thank all my supporters on Patreon. Thanks, everybody, for supporting me on Patreon. That's cool. It helps. It comes in handy. It's harder and harder to make a living as a songwriter, especially as you mature like a wine and get richer and deeper, which is what I've become as a songwriter. Richer, deeper, better, some would say. Some would not say that. Some would say other things, but I don't listen to those people, and you shouldn't either. Anyways, I appreciate you supporting me on Patreon. That's nice of you. And also, you know, it's something you don't have to do. You know, you could listen to this podcast for free. You couldn't get the songs, unfortunately. I mean, you could get maybe one or two of them eventually on Spotify or something, but you wouldn't get all the songs every month. Like, if you were like, hey, I want that new batch of Bob Schneider songs every month, you wouldn't get those. You'd hear a little snippet of it here on the podcast. You'd be like, oh, I want to hear that again. But it's not like the 80s where you just listen to the radio and then eventually they play that song again. I mean, I guess you could rewind the podcast and listen to that little snippet, but you wouldn't even hear the whole song. But if you want to hear the whole song, or if you're like, you know, I want to keep up with what Bob Schneider's doing and where he's at, then the only way to do that is by joining the Song Club and being a member on Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/Bob Schneider. You can join at any level you feel comfortable with. Now, obviously, if you join at a higher level, I'm going to like you more. I'm going to think you're cooler than if you do a lower level. But you can do the lower level too, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I'll still think you're cool. I'm just not as cool as the people that support me at a higher level. And the reason for that is because we live in a capitalist country. And it's just straight capitalism here. There's no social... It's not really a social democracy. I mean, it's a democracy. There's some social aspects to it, but it's mostly just a democracy, which is mostly just a capitalistic democracy. Now, am I a poli-sci major? Do I know what I'm talking about? I mean, sort of. I do know that I grew up in Germany and I like the way they do it there better. That's a social democracy. They put a little socialism in with their democracy. I think that works better. They actually care about their citizens. Like, the people that run the country in Germany actually care about the citizens, which I know that politicians will tell you that they care about you, but they don't. What they're really concerned about is keeping their job. And so they'll say anything. They'll say anything. But I would do the same. I mean, I'm no different. I mean, I am different because I'm not a politician. And because I'm not a politician, I don't have to say anything. But if somebody came, you know, if it was a weird, wacky world, and somebody came to me and said, hey, man, you've got to play Honey Pot at every show. And if you don't play Honey Pot at every show, then you can't play music anymore. And I'd be like, well, I'm playing Honey Pot at every show because I want to play music. And so that's the way it works with politics. It's like, well, you got to say this if you want to get elected. And then so you say that and then you get elected. And then people are like, ooh, he really cares about that. But does he really? Or is he just saying that so he can be elected or reelected? And I would say he's probably more concerned about being reelected than that thing. But he might really care about it. It's like soccer. Like sometimes when you're watching soccer, somebody will get injured or look like they got injured. They'll fall on the floor and they're writhing in pain. Now, they might just be wanting to take a break or give their team a break or waste some time, or it could be a catastrophic injury. You don't know. So you have to assume that it's a catastrophic injury and then look at it on the, on slow-mo and then realize, oh, it wasn't, he was faking it. And, that's easy to do too, kind of, sort of. You can kind of look back and go, oh, well, that wasn't true what they said. Or they said this and then they did something else. So you can check on it if you want. But who does that? A, that's boring as fuck. And B, there's so much stuff. There's so many big butts on TikTok. There's so many big butts on TikTok. Like, I'm not checking shit. You know what I'm checking? Them butts on TikTok. Give me them bouncy booties. Give me the bouncing booties. Bobby, where you at? Oh, I'm on TikTok. What are you doing? Come over here and you'll see. Look at these big bouncing butts, boy. Oh, shit. I was just getting self-defense and dudes disarming dudes with automatic pistols. But let me check out some of these bouncing booties. Oh, now I'm getting more of these in my algorithm. What else am I getting? Oh, I'm getting a guy looking at people fucking up. Working construction. Ooh, I like that. I'm getting less butts now. I'm getting more fuck-ups in construction. Also, I'm getting the handguns. Also, oh, there's a booty. But let me get back to the fuck-ups in construction. Meanwhile, you're dead. Because your entire life went by. And all you did was, like, get caught in the loop. Now, I get caught in the loop all the time. Now, I don't have TikTok on my phone because I'm like, TikTok, man. Every time I turn on TikTok, I'm caught. I'm caught in a loop. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it. But I got Instagram, and what am I, not going to have Instagram on my phone? What am I, a monster? No, I got Instagram on my phones, and then I'll look at a post or two. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's my friend posting something. But then all of a sudden I'll be in a loop. All of a sudden I'll get caught in a reel, and then I'm watching reels. And as soon as I get caught in those reels, it's 30 minutes. Men, sometimes 2 hours. And there's some booty. Glitch dancing. Dude, I can watch glitch dancing for 45 minutes. You know this one? And then synchronized glitch dancing is really weird. That should be a fucking Olympic sport, by the way. Synchronized glitch dancing? That's cooler than breaking. Breaking. It was a good month for songs this month. So you guys got some great songs. If you're supporting me on Patreon, you'll get these songs. It's good value for your dollar. But also, I know you're not doing it because you want to buy these songs. You're doing it because you want to show me that you care. And I appreciate it. I appreciate that you care. And you're not just saying it. Because some people just say they care. And I don't believe them. Because they're just saying, oh, I care. You know when I believe somebody? Oh, what's that at my door? Oh, it's a box of gold bullion. Yo, you send me a box of gold bullion? And then you say, and I go, why did you send me the bold gold? And you say, I just wanted to show you through my actions how much I care about you. Then I'll be like, no, I'm believing you. I know you're not lying. And I know you're not lying because the glint from the gold reflecting from the sun going into deep into my iris is letting me know for sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you care. And so those people on Patreon, I know you care. And that's all I care about, is knowing that you care, not pretending to think that you care or pretending that maybe you care. Because I don't care about that. I don't have enough time to worry about whether you care or not with your words. I look at the names. I just look at the names. And then I go, okay, these are the ones that for sure care. And then everybody else, I'm not even taking it with a grain of salt. I'm just like, I don't even think about it really. If you're one of those people, by the way, that's not supporting me on Patreon, know that when you tell me that you care, I don't really, it doesn't, there's no processing that's going on. It's just like, in and out. So just letting you know. All right, so let's listen to one of the new songs this month. This one's called The Drugs, or The Drogen if you're German. And I like it. I like the way it turned out. I think this is going to be a song that'll probably be on a record at some point with maybe a little bit more production. But it feels good. It feels hooky. And well, let's listen to it and you decide. It's got that Coldplay vibe. It's got that Coldplay.
It's 1994. You're such a whore, and I'm such a loser.
It's got that Coldplay.
I've got my Jinkos on. We're sitting in the dark. They turn the power off today. Next to me on the bed, I'm pretty sure that you just said something that's kicking my heart across the floor. It's hard to know for sure. 'Cause hallelujah, the drugs are kicking in. And I know I said I would, but here we go again. Down the same dumb road we've been down so many times. You think we finally know the way back home. It's 1995. Oh, I'm barely alive, and I don't know what happened. The car's on fire, and even though you told me how, it still feels like a mystery.
All right, The Drugs, boy. Pretty good one, if I don't say so myself. The phrase for the week was figure it out. Now, sticking figure it out in that song was pretty tough. I think I said, I'll figure it out later. But that'll probably I don't know if that's going to make the final song. It's a little figure it out. Or maybe it's figure it all out. I don't know. Whatever it was, figure it out. I think it was figure it out. Anyways, I don't know if that'll make it, but I had to use that in the prompt because I have a song game where a bunch of songwriters write a song every week. They write their own song and they have to use the prompt. And so that's the prompt I had to use in that song. That's the song I came up with. And that was, I believe that was the last song I wrote. So always good to end on a good one. Let's play another song from this month. This one's called Monster. I released a Monday morning movie for it, which is basically a video. I love the video, the way it turned out. But here's the thing about my Monday morning videos, which I've been putting out now for a while, for a year maybe. There's a few people that like them. A few of my friends, artist friends that like them. But most people, I think, hate them. My wife hates them. She won't watch them. I'm like, oh, but they're getting better. And she's like, I don't care. And she doesn't want to watch them. And I don't think people care about it because they're AI. And people are like, oh, AI. Oh, AI. I don't like AI. Well, hey, learn to love it because it's AI now. By the way, learn to love it because everything's AI. Everything's going to be AI. Now, there'll be a point where you won't know that it's AI. We're getting close to that. You still know it's AI. I kind of like it because you know it's AI. Like when it gets to the point where you don't know it's AI, that's when it's going to be like, well, that's not that interesting anymore because now it just looks like other stuff. I like how weird it looks. I liked it really a year ago when it first came out. It was super glitchy and people were like transforming into monsters and stuff. That was my favorite. And each week or each month, it just gets more and more realistic. And now it's pretty realistic. You can still tell it's AI, which I think is cool. But a lot of people are like, oh, I can tell it's AI. I don't like it. What are you doing? Don't fight it. You can't fight the seether. But whatever. People like what they like. They think, oh, it's Terminator and they're going to take over. Here's the thing about AI. For sure, the fact that even we're developing AI now means that it was developed already, and then this is all just an AI simulation. Now, you're like, oh shit, Bob's talking nonsense. Simulation, AI, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's nonsense because I don't know. You can't know that it's AI simulation. So when you say that, people are like, no, man, it's Jesus and the earth. And it was created, God created the earth in 6 days, and then he rested. Or any of the other creation myths from any of the other books. The Bhagavad Gita. No, I got that wrong. That's the Hindu one. They're like, well, God just divided himself, I don't know, into the universe, and we're all just part of God. That sounds cool. I like that. I don't know what the Muslim one is. I think it's all based on Christianity. When I say Christianity, I mean the Old Testament. But what do I know? It's all made up. I do know for a fact that it's all made up. And it's all speculation. Also, does the past even exist? Now, you want to get crazy, and I'll say it doesn't. There's only right now. Now we're getting into like, what? I'll back off on it because it's all philosophical nonsense, really, is all it is. You know what matters? Oh, I hit my finger with a hammer. Now I got to go to the hospital. Try to talk somebody who's just got their finger lopped off about everything being a simulation. They'll tell you to go fuck yourself. And I get it. But let's listen to this new song. It's called Monster. It was written by me, Bob Schneider, one of the AIs on Earth, created by Jesus. Here we go.
My heart died last spring. Now I don't feel a thing. And now I just bring the pain whenever I can. And you don't know me, man. I'm a garbage can. I'm filled with fire and sand. So understand I'm a monster. I'm a monster. Don't look at me. I'm a monster. I'm a monster. Don't look at me. I could raise the dead with one command. They'll rise right up, scare the shit out of me, man. And I can walk on bones.
Yeah, there you go. That song's called Monster. Now, what's my inspiration for that song? I'll tell you what my inspiration is. So I played Austin City Limits Festival, and that was cool. I'm glad I got to do it. I hadn't done it in 20 some years. I don't know why. I've asked them to play many men wish death upon me. Asked them many times. They said no. But finally this year, I think my manager got them to say yes somehow on my birthday of all things. And so I got to play on my birthday, which was great. And did we have a dressing room? Yes, we did. We had one in the Artist Village, which was really cool. So but not near the stage, of course, but near the Artist Village. So we went there and we're hanging out in the Artist Village. And now the Artist Village is this like enclosed area for all the lower tier artists, which was cool. So I didn't recognize anybody in there. I was kind of hoping to see Dua Lipa. She wasn't in there. I don't know where she was. I don't know where any of the bass player from Krang or whatever that name of that band. I don't think she was there either. I was looking for her, and I was looking for Dua Lipa. I didn't see either. But they did have a hydration station, and I went there, and it was a gaggle of very young women. I would say 18 to 21. I would say in that area, but maybe they were 23 at most. Maybe they were 25. Maybe they were 16. I don't know. They were in that area, late teens, early 20s, and they were all just smiling and having a good time and were extremely beautiful. Like, it was just like all 9s and 10s, and there was 4 or 5 of them, and they were like, hey, do you want some hydration? And literally, I felt like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was like, I don't, like the Elephant Man, I don't need any hydration. I'm not worthy of your hydration. I couldn't even look in that area. Anyways, I just, all I wanted them to not do was go, oh, that guy's a creep. That's all I was like, let me get out of this. I didn't go near them or get any of their hydration. I was just hoping like that at the end of the day, they didn't think about me or anything. And then if they knew who I was, they were like, oh, I think I saw Bob Schneider, and he seemed cool. He didn't seem like a creep. That's all I care. But I felt like a monster. Anyways, that's probably why I wrote that song. I'm a monster. At a certain point, I mean, I look fucking amazing, obviously. I just turned 59, which is old. And, but I look incredible, but I'm still 59, and I, am in no way or shape or form, should be attractive to a woman in her, any under 40, really. If you're, something's, if you look at me as like, oh, this is somebody I'd want to fool around with, you're under 40, then something's up. Anyways, yeah, it's weird. It just gets weird. You get old, and then you're out of the game, and that's cool. I like being out of the game. I don't want to be in the game at all. I mean, I'm married, got my family, so I like viewing the game from a distance. I like viewing the game from Netflix, like watching it on The Bachelor. That's where I want to watch it, but not The Bachelor that's out now. Once they got rid of that host, I'm done. I don't think I'll ever watch it again unless they bring that guy back. I'm definitely not watching The Golden Bachelor. I'm definitely not watching The Golden Bachelorette. What? Why don't they just do Dancing with the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette? Just bring those shows together, and then anybody over 78, you got 100% of that market. All right. I used to be a member of Bachelor Nation. I haven't renewed my card in 3 years, so I don't think I'm a member anymore, and I'm fine with that. This is a new song. It's called Johnny Rotten. When I'm writing songs, I don't know when I start to write, I don't know what they're going to be. And then as I'm writing them, I'll write something. And when I started writing this, I didn't know what it was about. But then at some point I wrote the line, I can't be caught, I can't be gotten. That's why they call me Johnny Rotten. And I was like, oh, that's what this song's about, Johnny. And when I wrote that line, it made me laugh, or it made me smile, it made me feel good. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Now, does it make any sense? Are my favorite songs the ones that don't make a lot of sense? Yes. The less sense a song makes, the better it is. Listen to Kodachrome, one of the greatest songs ever written by Paul Simon. That chorus, I don't know what it means. I still don't know what it means. I don't know what it means, but I love it. Listen to it. Check it out. Is this song as good as Kodachrome?
I used to be the trusting kind. It took a lot to change my mind. It took more than I could take, but now I'm lost for heaven's sake. Oh, I broke in the bones of the night. I watched the world running flat when the ember scattered in the street. The city burning at my feet. You can test me, you can try me, but you can never buy me. I can't be caught, I can't be gotten. That's why they call me Johnny Rotten. Rules are made to twist and bend. I don't need to play pretend. I ruin everything I touch. I'm always wanting much too much. You can test me, you can scold me, but you can never hold me down. I can't be gotten. That's why they call me Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten. I can't be caught. That's why they call me Johnny Rotten. I was trying to play a little harmonica with that song, and it didn't really go that well with it. But if you were listening to this on the audio podcast, then you might have heard some harmonica and just know that that's not on the recording. So yeah, that's Johnny Rotten. Now, did I use the auto-tune? Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll bust out the old auto-tune for fun. Here's another song that I made one of those Monday morning movies for. It's called Give 'Em What They Want. If you haven't seen Chimp Crazy on Max, I would recommend seeing that if you have Max. Now, if you don't have Max, it's not worth subscribing to Max to watch it, but it's the same guy that did Tiger King. It's got that same sort of loony vibe to it. And the lady who's in Chimp Crazy is very likable lady. Clearly, something's wrong with her. But she loves chimpanzees, and they're lovable, except that they're wild animals, and just like human beings are lovable, but they are wild animals. But we've sort of tamed ourselves. We live in these societies where we agree to act as tame animals, and then when we don't act like tame animals, when we act like wild animals, we're imprisoned or murdered and or killed, whatever you want to call it. Hung back in the day. I do wish there was still some frontier justice. Now, the problem with a lot of frontier justice was there was a good deal of racism mixed in with frontier justice, and probably some sexism too, probably some misogyny, and for sure a heavy dose of racism. But if you took the racism out, because I do feel like nowadays we've tamped down quite a bit on the racism. Now, of course, society likes to point out how racist everybody is. But I think for the most part, I think most of us agree that being racist is dumb. It's stupid. It's the mark of somebody who's doesn't have the ability to think well, maybe. So I think all in all, most people agree that racism is stupid. So what would be great is to bring back frontier justice without the racism, without I guess there was maybe some, probably some other types of, without the misogyny, without the racism, without the homophobia. There's probably some homophobia back in the day too with the frontier justice. But it would be like, what I'm saying is like a woke frontier justice. That's what I want. Woke frontier justice, where you understand people are people, no matter what race or gender or sexual proclivity or religion or anything. They're just people, and then you judge people on their behavior. And if they do something fucked up, like, I don't know, rape somebody or kill somebody or steal something, then you just act on that immediately and go, okay, well, this guy raped this person, so let's drag him from a car until he's dead. That's frontier justice, and that would be great. And then obviously, this guy murdered somebody, let's kill him. And then, this guy raped somebody, let's kill him. So you kill and drag and hang people. That's what I would like. But woke frontier justice, not like, I think this is the guy because the way he looks. No, only from facts and from what you've seen. Like, if you're not sure, like, well, we couldn't find anybody, but we found this guy. No, don't do frontier justice on that guy. If you catch somebody in the act, they're on camera doing it, frontier justice. Frontier justice. The guy's saying on camera, tell me how old you are. How old are you? 14. I'm 14. How old? 14. Say it again. 14, 14, 14. Boom, boom, boom. That's a boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now, the French be like, 13, 14. That's a woman. No, not in America. Maybe in France, but not in America. Anyways. Yeah. There's CC footage of you murdering people. Boom, boom, boom. Frontier justice. Now, obviously, if there's no evidence, then we got to go to court, do all that stuff, which is fine. Anyway, I don't know why I brought all this up. I guess I was talking about chimpanzees and them being wild. By the way, if you want to know what it is, watch Chimp Empire on Netflix. Then you'll know what it is. And you're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean what it is? You'll know. Watch Chimp Empire. And then after that, you'll be like, now I know what he's talking about. I know what it is. Let's listen to this song. It's called Give 'Em What They Want.
Mary got a monkey, keeps it in the basement, locked in a cage where nobody can see. They say that she's lost her mind, she just tends to disagree. One fine Sunday, man and his family walked out of church, made himself a little getaway. Ain't nobody seen him again since that day. You gotta give them what they want, gotta give them what they need, gotta cut them to the bone, really make them bleed. You gotta give them what they want, take it all away, till they ain't got nothing left to say. I made a little money back in 93. Now I ain't got nothing but free time. See, all I do is chase the dead everywhere they go. I've seen them 1,000 times now.
Yeah, the Grateful Dead. Name checking the Grateful Dead. That's always good. Gotta name check the Grateful Dead every once in a while. Yeah, that's called Give 'Em What They Want. The first scene in that video is definitely based on some chimp crazy documentary on Netflix. Man, while that song was playing, I was just thinking about all the stuff I've said on this podcast so far, and I'm like, I hope I didn't say anything like too stupid. I mean, I do. I'm just like, I don't know. People get so upset. And here's the problem with people getting upset. Like, why? Just, if you're getting upset because of something I say, just stop listening. But here's what people do. They get upset, and then, like, trust me when I say this, people talk all the time, and I get upset. I just stop listening, and then I move on with my life. But there's this thing nowadays where people get upset, and then they're like, well, I've got to make sure this motherfucker knows what I'm thinking. Me. The not doing anything to upset anybody, except you are about to do something to upset somebody, which is tell them how you're upset by something they did. You're trying to upset them because you're upset. Hey, deal with your shit and don't tell me about it. But people lately are like, want to tell me how something I said upset them. And I'm like, what do you want? Do you want me to go back in time and erase the past? And by the way, an apology, like me saying, hey, look, I'm sorry that I said that, and I'm sorry that it upset you. I was only trying to, I don't know, have fun or say something interesting or just be entertaining. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to like hurt anybody's feelings, but your feelings got hurt and I feel bad about it. And I'm sorry it happened. That's not enough for these fuckers. They need their pound of flesh. Like they're like, well, I'm not done yet. I was going to build a monument to my indignation. I'm like, you don't need to build a monument. Nobody cares. I'm pretending to care because you're obviously upset, and I just don't want you to go around and tell everybody that I'm such a giant dick. But you're gonna no matter what I do. So it's just such a losing battle. And it sucks. So yeah, of course I was like, that song was playing. I was like, well, what have I said? I've said a bunch of stuff, but I don't even know what I say. I just say whatever comes into my mind. And I don't even know if it makes sense. Sometimes I'm just speaking to speak, and sometimes I'm saying stuff because I think it's funny, or I think it's amusing, or it's interesting. I like to let my brain kind of play like a cat. Like my brain's like a cat, and it's just pawing at ideas and batting them around and stuff. And then people are like, oh man, you were batting that idea around and really got my left nut. Got a twinge. I got a little in my left fucking nut. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? And they don't know. They don't know either. They don't know. They're just like, I don't know, but I got this little twinge in my nut. I'm like, I don't figure that shit out, dude. Figure it out. All right, let's listen to another new song. This one's called Amy from Miami. This is definitely based on. Now I've never gone on OnlyFans, but I have gone on like porn sites, and then they'll be like, oh, this is from OnlyFans, I don't know. But I guess people are making a ton of money doing kind of like what I do on Patreon, where I give out songs that I wrote each month to people. It seems like a cool thing. You guys want them. I've got them. Let's do a little cash transaction. I love it. But there they do it, and they're like, I'll show you my titty. I'll pretend to suck a dick, whatever it is, and you give me a little money, and then, but only you can see it. So it's not the same at all, but it's a way for some people to make some dough. And it's interesting, like, I do shows sometimes where I'm get hired, like private. They're called privates or corporate shows. They're not that fun because there's 2 or 3 people that like you, and then the rest of the people go about ignoring you. Now you get paid a lot to do these shows because they're not that fun to play, but the money makes them fun to play. And I've learned over the years how to have a good time no matter what the show is. So even at the worst corporate gig, I'm usually having a good time, and I'm hoping that some of the people there are having a good time, the few people that are not ignoring me. And so there are ways to have a good time. Anyways, I guess if you're a sex worker, that seems like it would be a terrible job, but maybe some people enjoy that work, and this is a safe way for them to make money doing that job. And so good on them. Anyways, this song is me imagining what it might be like to be one of those people. Again, I don't know what that is. I'm just making it up. And if you're one of those people, you're probably like, well, that's not what it is at all. I don't care. Like, I'm just writing a song. I'm just making it up. So it's enjoy it or don't enjoy it. Yeah, already I'm loving this song.
I'm $1 million bitch.
Whoa.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I will burn your house down with my my sticky switch, I'm getting paid to pay. My booty on TV. When I say TV, I mean your phone. I'm not alone, I'm on my phone. Check my booty on the phone. I'm in the zone, I got my butt out and I'm shaking it. Let's go, don't move it, bro. No one will ever have to know. No one will ever have to know. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. My name is Amy. I'm living in Miami. I'm making money, can you blame me? Got my butt out in my house. Here's the beat, let me shake it out. I'm on beats a blanket. If you want it, you can crank it up to 10. I'm nuts and cakes, so that sounds cheesy if I say so. I like man shit, you know it. If you want it, you can show it. When I say show it, I mean your feelings. I'm not talking about your dick, no, keep that shit inside your pants, bro, ain't no street hoe. I'm a good girl, I got a good job. I love my daddy, drive a new Saab.
I love my daddy, drive a new Saab. Yeah, there you go. That's Amy from Miami. And are those all the new songs? Those are all the new songs from this month. Quite a few. Five, what, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new songs this month. It was like a long month. It fell in a weird day, like I don't know. I guess there's 31 days, and the way it lined up, there was an extra week of songs. So yeah, 5 songs. All of them, I like all of them. I hope you like them as well. The next song I've got for you guys here in the Song Club is the first song I ever wrote. I wrote this when I was like 15 maybe, or 16. Is it as good as like the first songs that Justin Bieber did or Billie Eilish? Yeah, of course. It's as good as Billie Eilish's first album. This song is called Love Shoes. This is the demo of it, I guess. Anyways, let's listen to it. It goes a little something like this, Love Shoes. I will say this, kind of those songs that you write in the beginning when you start writing kind of show what kind of songs you're going to write. Like it's not like I wrote this song and then I wrote super different songs after this. This is a very prime example of 40% of all the songs I've written. Now I've written songs that are all over the map, but I've written a lot of songs that are similar to this, and that they're like, they're kind of like, I've always thought of myself as writing children's songs for adults. That's really the way I think. So they're very simple, easy to sing, easy to learn, easy to play. I like simple songs with simple ideas. And sometimes, like if it's got if there's a little bit of humor, I like that as well. Similar to like country. I like country songs. I just don't like the accent, and I don't like the fact that, they sound like a country song, but I like the actual structure of the song. I like the way country songs are written lyrically and melodically, but the way they're presented is very boring to me. It's like, I gotta sing like this, I'll never get out of this gay bar without sucking some dicks, or whatever it is. Like, it's just the same drawly, and then fiddles and steel guitar and stuff, and I know there's like modern country where they're doing some stuff, but still, nobody's doing country without the drawl. Like, if you don't have a drawl, don't do country. But I write a lot of country songs, I just don't have the drawl, and so people that maybe don't speak English, they're like, oh, that's a country song. You'll make the country song. I'm like, no. If you were American, you'd understand that it's not a country song because I don't have the drawl. But they are the same. The country songs and regular pop songs and folk songs and rock songs, they're all the same. Just when you do it with the drawl and with the pedal steel, then it's country. If you do it with the rock guitar and no drawl, that's rock. If you do like that. So, anyways, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's listen to this song. It's called Love Shoes.
I got a pair of shoes I like to wear every day. Wear them at work and on a holiday. Every time I wear them, I always get the blues. 'Cause I always got holes in my love shoes. holes in my love shoes. Yeah, I got some holes in my love shoes. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Now I went to my girl's house asking for a date. She looked me up and down and didn't hesitate. She said no. I said why? She said, boy, you better cruise with all them holes in your love shoes. Yeah. Holes in your love shoes. That ain't cool. You got them holes in your love shoes. Yeah. You better figure out what you gonna do. Yeah. Now Superman and Lois Lane gonna get married, so they flew out to Spain. But right before Lois, was about to say I do, well.
All right, that's enough of that song. I was trying to find a harmonica that worked with that song, and I couldn't figure it out because I don't know what key that song is in. But yeah, that's Love Shoes. That's the first song I wrote. Pretty good song. I haven't played it in forever. I just kind of thought about it recently, and I was like, oh, let me play this in my set at Saxon. And then I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I'll include that in the song club. Looked it up, made sure that I'd never released it before, and sure enough, I hadn't. So there you go. That's the first song I ever wrote, and that's never been on a record. It's kind of corny, and it's, a song I wrote a long time ago, but it's fun, and I like it. I'm glad you've got it now, and here's another. This is another really old song. It's called The Lowest Rung of Courage. This might be from it says it's from 07, but it might even be earlier than that. I think 07 was, might be as old as any songs that are on my computer, because I think I got a new computer at that time. And then when I switched everything over to the new computer, I think all the dates were 07, but I feel like this is even older than that. This might even be from the 90s, from the late 90s or early 2000s. But it's called Lowest Rung of Courage. And I think it's about the time, I quit drinking in 95. So I feel like it says I wrote it about the year 1992. And it does sound like a song I might have written early in my sobriety. So 96, 97 is kind of the vibe that I think it is. Anyways, let's listen to it. It's called Lowest Rung of Courage. And go love someone. Indie girls. That's not the one. Why is it not playing the song I want? Ugh, jeez.
I met you on the lowest rung of courage back.
I'm gonna interrupt for sure. That's auto-tune on this song, so it's gotta be 2001 because that's when I started using auto-tune. So. But yeah, I don't think it was anywhere past 2001 or 2002. Here we go.
I met you on the lowest rung of courage back in 1993, and I can't say was a good year for the kid. In fact, I think it might have been the worst I've ever seen. And I don't remember much of anything that happened, but the little that I recall, it didn't seem so very good at all. So sorry for everything that happened, that you had to move away to Nova Scotia just to get away from me. Sometimes the worst things that happen to the best damn people that you've ever known. no rhyme or reason except that they were living when the bad luck came along. And I guess all I wanted was for you, for to love me so that things could be different.
Yeah, there you go. The Lowest Rung of Courage. I like that song a lot. Haven't been playing that one a lot either. I just came across it on the desk and I was like, oh, let me check this out. And there you go. That's another song you just never would have probably ever even heard that song if it wasn't for the Song Club. So I'm glad for the Song Club. I hope you guys are too. I can't believe you've lasted this long and you're still listening, but I appreciate your listening. I appreciate you, even if you're upset, not telling me about it and just figuring out why you're upset about it and then fixing that part of yourself, because if that's the part of you that's broken. The part that's upset about something I said, that's the part that's broken, and that's the part that needs to be fixed. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you can fix that part and you can still love me even though I said something that before you fixed yourself upset you, then you can be in the spirit of love and forgiveness and acceptance and have a wonderful life. Or you can be angry your whole life, and it will get you nowhere. You'll just be bitter and unhappy. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be happy, and I want you to be filled with joy, and I want your life to be wonderful. And I hope it is. And I'm glad you're here at the Song Club, and I hope you'll come back and join me next month when I'll have some new songs and also some old songs. And in the meantime, we're going to leave you. And when I say we, I mean me and this microphone. We're going to leave you with this song called Lucky Number 9. Now, this is not a song I wrote. I did a cover of it. But this is a song by the Moldy Peaches, who I love. I love the band. And the woman who was in the Moldy Peaches, I do a song by her called The Beer. And I can't think of her name right now because long COVID. And but I'm sure I'll think about it at some point later on in my life, and I'll be like, oh, I wish I would have remembered that. I could look it up, but I'm not going to, because I don't have time, and I'm not going to re-edit. And that's the way it goes here at Song Club. We'll see you next month. The great month of December 2024. Here it is, Lucky Number 9 by the Moldy Peaches.
Indie girls are neurotic, makes my eyes bleed. Tight black pants, exotic. Some loving is what I need. Hey, I'm starting to feel okay. Lucky number 9. Hooray. Sepia on the staircase. Here in the back of my brain makes these hard pants feel great. I used to like to complain, but hey, I'm starting